I made a short film. And I had no actors, no idea, no budget, started it all from scratch. And to make it even more difficult, I created it in under 2 months. Here's how I created my very first short film ever. So one of my goals had been to create a short film, but I had a problem. I didn't know how to start. I'd have an idea, I'd storyboard it, but then I would never know how to execute it. So I was stuck. Until this happened. My mom sent me a link to a film festival entry. I thought, hey, maybe this is it. I felt like this was the perfect opportunity. I had time, summer was starting, and I needed some content for my Instagram since I'm posting every day. So I decided to make this video.
I'm going to be doing something I've never done before. So I'm going to attempt to create a short film in under 2 months. I've never made any kind of short film before. I don't really know what I'm doing, but I'm gonna try and we're gonna see how it goes. So the deadline is July 1st. So I have the first part of summer to create something amazing, hopefully, and submit it to this film festival. Wish me luck!
This is where it all started. I've made the commitment. I wasn't gonna stop until I created my very first short film. So yes, I made the commitment, but once again, I had no actors, no budget, no ideas, no story. I am not off to a great start, but I knew somebody who could help. My dad. Yeah, so I want to make a film and I have a time frame of 2 months. And I kind of started off with an idea and now I'm kind of not really sure about the idea.
Okay, so how can I help?
Well, you have a lot of ideas.
I do have a lot of ideas.
So, what are your ideas? We had a great talk and he told me some things that I should really consider that I didn't even think about. So I'm really glad I went to him first. And if you're struggling with coming up with ideas, have somebody help you. I mean, it's hard to do things alone, especially when you're doing something for the first time. So, ask people for help. They can be a lifesaver.
Probably the starting point that I would go with is what emotion are you wanting the viewers to walk away with? Are you looking for, you want them to walk away with, that was like super entertaining, epic, that was super funny, I laughed that hard all the time, super contemplative, like there's a life lesson here.
He gave me a really good first tip for coming up with the idea. And that really got me thinking. I've kind of always liked shows, movies that have a feel-good meaning. The viewer leaves thinking happy, warm, motivational thoughts. My dad immediately starts coming up with ideas like, just like that. I'm like, man, where does he get these things from? I wish I could do that.
Yeah, so the little kid's at the door and he's just like, can we go play? I gotta work. And they argue back and forth.
Yeah.
No, you need to play. It's time to go play a little bit. Let's do something fun. Sometimes you need to listen to your inner kid. Yeah, it is that adult going out having fun with this little kid, and then that little kid and that adult at some point mesh together.
But even though an idea was forming, one problem kept running through my mind.
So,
Yeah.
that's the hard part, man.
Yeah, I know. This is like, I mean, I have people I know who I could ask to help me shoot. It was the actors that I've been worried about. After that conversation, I sat and just started thinking. And not just thinking, overthinking. How will I get actors? How will the story come together? Am I too overzealous? Can I even do this? I just had to cut all that crap out of my head. It's not good. It's not gonna help you feel any better about something you're not sure of. I had to just put it in the back of the mind and focus on one thing. Because of my dad, now I had an idea. Now is where the real work begins. The next couple of weeks were non-stop scripting, planning, and trying to coordinate with everybody to make sure that we could all shoot on the same days. I started sharing my short film idea with some of my friends from high school, and I asked if they could help because I really needed it, and they said yes. thank goodness. Everything was starting to shape up. My story was coming together. I'm basically done with my storyboard and it's all looking great. But we still had a problem. I don't have any actors. I, from the start, was worried about this. I don't know anyone. I had no clue who to reach out to. I was sending out texts to everyone I could think of who would seem even remotely interested in something like being in a film, but nobody was getting back to me, and it was really frustrating, and I was starting to feel hopeless. But about 2 weeks before I had to start filming, something spectacular happened. I got a text from somebody I reached out to a while back. I was asking about her husband and her son being my two main roles, and she said, hey, Henry and Christian would love to be a part of your film. And immediately I was ecstatic. First off, because I needed two actors, a man and a boy, that looked similar, and oh my gosh, they look so similar. It was perfect. But the only thing I needed was a wife, and then Heather agreed. She was gonna be the wife, and it was awesome. I had everything I needed. It was perfect. All I had to do was finalize some location plans, finish the storyboard, and we would be good to shoot. Today is day number 1 of shooting the short film. Here we go. Just as I thought it would be, filming was by far the best part. Seeing the story come together right before my eyes was just amazing, and knowing that the hard work I put in was paying off felt so good. And the fact that I had a great crew and amazing actors just made it all so much better and more fun. We ended up having 4 shoot days, and every day was different and more interesting. I'm gonna have to say the last day was by far the best. We were ending off the film, everybody was excited, it was a celebration, and we were filming at laser flash.
To conclude filming, I really could not have asked for it to go any better. Every day was a new adventure. Yes, we had our fair share of problems, but we figured them out. And we had fun. I think that's the most important thing. It was a really fun time. Like I said, it really could not have gone any better.
One of the hardest things for me on this entire project was the edit. There are a couple of reasons. One of the main ones was that I had to edit on a software I was not familiar with. One of my camera guys had a Blackmagic camera, so he shot on B-Raw. I typically edit in Final Cut Pro, but that does not support B-Raw. And you'd have to buy like an $80 like plug-in thing to make that work. And let me be the first to say, I wasn't gonna spend $80. So I decided to just risk it and edit in DaVinci. The fact that I was on a time crunch and I was using a different software, I wasn't familiar with it, I had to color grade, I'd never color graded before. All the factors were against me in the edit, but we managed to pull through and we got it done. There are so many things I wish I could go back and change about it now that it's been a couple of months, like the color grading, some of the sound stuff, many things. But in the makings of this film, I learned so much, and I would not change that for anything. I hope in watching this video that you are now somewhat motivated. I know this might sound a little cheesy, but hey, if I can do it, you can do it too. So go out there, create something. Don't overthink it, just start.